Once upon a time, there were two mice living in a maze, and with them, there were two dwarf people living there. So the dwarf people were about the size of those mice. And they were running around in that maze looking for cheese. One day they found it. They found a huge storage with wonderful smelling, really good looking cheese. So every day they will put on their running gear and run to their newfound storage and eat their cheese. Now the mice kept up their habit. Every morning they would run to the storage, they would sniffle around to see if there's any changes, and then they would eat the cheese. Now the dwarf people, at the beginning they would run too. And then they would arrive there and eat their cheese and be really happy. And eventually they changed the habit. So they got a little bit lazy. So they would get up a little bit later every day and not run anymore, take it easy, because they knew the cheese was there, right? They knew the way. So they would go and arrive there every day a little bit later. And they just assumed that the cheese would be there, they would eat it, and they would be just happy. And one day they arrived there, and the cheese was gone. Now, since the mice were there a lot earlier, they arrived there, the cheese was gone, and they had noticed little changes over the time. So they were not really surprised. And they didn't also analyze it. They didn't run around and say, where did the cheese go? They just put on back their running gear and went out into the maze to look for new cheese, because they figured if there's cheese here, there must be cheese somewhere else, but just have to find it. And the dwarf people, so I think it was around noon, they would arrive and they were totally shocked, appalled. There's no cheese. Where did my cheese go? And they would start crying and they would start shouting and they would start swearing and they would start looking around the storage, and the cheese is gone. I mean, it's gone. And instead of going back into the former habit of going out into the maze and start looking for the lost cheese, more cheese, new cheese, fresh cheese, they kept on going back to the old empty storage. Now the storage could be, or the cheese, it could be, the storage, what I'm trying to say here, the storage is your comfort zone. And your comfort zone is obviously your failure zone, because those dwarf people kept going every day back into the empty storage, and they started to starve. And that's why your comfort zone is your failure zone. You have to go back. You have to go out into the maze and find something new. Your cheese could be, the cheese that's gone, it could be your job. Or it could be, if you're self-employed, it could be you only had one big client. I had, for about 80 years, I had one big client. And one day I didn't see the little signs. Maybe I ignored them. Maybe I was just hoping it would go away. And one day the big client canceled our contract. So it's important to go back out into the maze and constantly, constantly look and not become too comfortable in your little storage or with your little cheese. So this video is about your comfort zone is your failure zone. I hope this little story helped you. It's from a book, Who Moved My Cheese by Ken Blanchard. I think that's how his name is pronounced. Go out and get it and read it and find out where's your comfort zone, what is your cheese, and where's your maze. Have a good day. This is Xarah Dax from lifestylefreedom.net with one of the videos for the Lifestyle Freedom video challenge. and have a good day. Bye bye.